Hey everyone, real quick, let me explain. Sorry for the delay. I had to redo all imaging for this session, and that caused a huge delay. Later, when I refer to the person that wants to fight, I am not, let me repeat, not talking about physically. And remember to drop down in the comments with suggestions on our next reading session. Cold cases, well-known mysteries, or someone trending. Let me know. Hello, and welcome to another session of Tarot Spills the Tea. All right? So today we are going to dive into Miss Karen and Giselle's business. Okay? We're going to dive right in and figure out, why did they make me have to label it Karen versus Giselle? Let me tell y'all a secret. I really don't like having to do the verses, but I do it when it is most appropriate. At this point, I think we all can agree it's appropriate. Karen versus Giselle, all right? So here's the thing. They are so much alike, and I believe that's the problem. This tarot reading will reveal the pettiness of it all with a dab of hurt. Someone's hurt. And as you already seen in the, if you looked at it, but in the promo for this video, somebody want to fight. Someone's hurt and somebody want to fight. Is it the same person? Is it both of them? You'll find out. And the thing about it is, they used to be so close that they shared wigs. Let's sage this out. Just in case you don't know who I am, allow me to tell you. I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul. I do have a spiritually based website at unapologeticallysage.com. I encourage you all to check it out. There's numerous topics there, and it will elicit a lot of emotions from you, all right? But my favorite is humor, all right? So go check it out. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter under Unapologetically Sage. Thank you, because I already know you're going to check it out. But first, before we continue, what I need you all to do is bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of your screen, no matter what screen you're looking at, whether that is your iPhone, your Android, your Cricut, your whatever screen, whether it's an iPad, a laptop, a notebook, whether it's your flat screen or big booty screen TV, whatever screen you're looking at, bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of it and look at that red bar at the bottom. And what it says is, this is for entertainment purposes only, and every single word is what alleged and not to be used as facts. So anytime that you see this red bar at the bottom, the sentence inside applies. All right, now, as my regular sages already know, I give a basic breakdown for anyone who may not have a clue of who I am doing a reading on, and I like for us all to be on the same page. So here's what I am going to do. A little combo. I'm going to say, my opinion real quick, and then I'm going to play a couple of audio clips that I've put together so that you get a good picture. All right. And this is not going to be long because, these ladies, I honestly, I don't know. I feel like they're too old to be doing this. But at the same time, keeping it 100% real or trill as I used to say. If they weren't doing this, what would I talk about right now? Okay, so yeah. So Karen is to the left. She'll be adorned with the color pink throughout this reading. She is 58, and I am saying their age simply because the one on the right, which I call Gizzy, that's Giselle, she seems to, whenever she doesn't have anything else to say or any good read, she is known to take shots at Karen's age. So Karen's 58. She looks good to be 58. Giselle herself, Gizzy, not that far behind. She's 50. Okay, 50. 50 and 58. Nothing wrong with the age. I am not age shaming, but this is a weak read that Gizzy brings up often. All right. So they're on this show called Real Housewives of Potomac. I always say Potomac. I don't know if that's how it's called. I've never been there. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but for the sake of this reading, this session is Potomac. They all act like they so Potomac, it fits to me. And so they were friends before the show, and the show started, and they had problems, and then they weren't friends. And as it stands currently, it appeared to me that I'm coming close to being able to call them enemies, which is why the VS is in the middle, the verses, because the opposition of each other is getting stronger and stronger every season, to where if someone were to watch it right now who never watched it before, you wouldn't even be able to tell that they ever used to be friends before the show came into their lives. All right, so Ray Huger is Karen Huger's husband of many years. I think 20 plus. All right, I can't remember right now. But Ray Huger had issues with the IRS over unpaid taxes, which served as a storyline for Karen in season 3. And what you are looking at is the back of Giselle's, or like I said, Gizzy's shirt when Karen called a meeting because there was lots of hoopla, lots of media around it, supposedly, apparently, allegedly. And so she called a meeting with the ladies, and her supposed good friend Gizzy wore a shirt that said "Free Karen, Free Uncle Ben, Tax Reform." That doesn't seem very friendly to me. Moving right along, which is what I'm sure Karen wanted her to do. Now, I am going to say this real quick because I thought it was interesting, and we are coming right off of a Tarot Spills the Tea session where I did specifically address Erica, and there will be another one coming up, sometime in the future, because I gotta address her one more again, her situation, all right? Because I know y'all know I didn't forget about Miss Garcelle, okay? But she's so special, I'm gonna give her a session by herself. But anyway, when Andy Cohen asked La Dame, which is Karen, her opinion on Erica's role, she had plenty to say. She was quoted in saying, "I just wish them well. I do believe Erica didn't know because I didn't know." She began, "When you're married, it doesn't mean that you know everything your husband is doing, so I believe her." Karen compares her husband's former issues with the IRS as it pertains to Tom's embezzlement allegations further by stating, "I knew nothing about it," she said. "There are certain things when you're married to a powerful man, they do keep certain things separate from their wives." End quote. So here's the thing. The reason why I'm bringing this up. For one, like I said, obvious reasons, I've been talking about Erica. That's number one. Number two is because I've said something like this before. It just amazes me how some people keep thinking that some people just act like, oh, Erica was the mastermind. She knew everything. And that's the same thing that I said when it came to Teresa Giudice or Guidice or however you say her name. Guided, Judith, not Judith, but you know what I mean, like Juicit. However you say her last name, okay? They act like she was the mastermind behind Joe's stuff. Give me a break. And then on the other hand, people want to act like they're dumb. So you got to make up your mind. Is Teresa and Erica a mastermind genius? Or are they dumb? Are they gold diggers? Are they blind? They've been called all of those things to some kind of certain extent, and they can't be a genius mastermind and a dumb gold digger all at the same time. Where they do that at? Okay? So I've oftentimes asserted my opinion about how I believe that in the sanctity of marriage, that wives in general trust their husband. And when their husband present them with something to sign, I do not believe that there's a wife out there saying, okay, sweetie, I'll get back to you in about a week after my attorney, not yours, my personal attorney, reads over this and tells me it's okay to sign it. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe that that's happening is because it shouldn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you marry someone, aren't you supposed to trust them? Aren't you supposed to? Or, and take this out of the equation, okay? What we've seen lately, take it out. Because, you know, we getting ready to just be 100% honest and real. When you marry someone, aren't you supposed to love them unconditionally and trust them and not believe that they would do you some harm? So if you marry someone, and it don't even have to be a man. I'm not even going to say a wealthy man or a businessman. What did Karen say? A powerful man. It don't have to be a man. I'm going to say a person, a human, okay? Because it could be a woman. You know, women and women, men's and men's, men and woman and men, whatever. When your partner is powerful and already established and they ask you to sign something, I'm not saying don't read it, okay? Don't get me wrong. Because people have been so impatient with me before when they ask me to sign something and I sit up there and read every word and I say, hey, you don't want to ask me to sign it, you know, but at the same time, it hasn't been in a marriage situation. I'm just talking about in general with contracts. I read what I sign. So don't take this as me just saying something blanket and saying don't read it. That ain't what I'm saying. And I'll be quick to correct you too. But what I'm saying is, can we all just get on the same page and admit that when you are married, and especially if you marry someone who's already established, but you're married, if they ask you to sign something, are you reading the fine print? Would you be reading the fine print? And I would like for married people who are listening to this to drop down in the comments and let me know, you know, and like I say it, take out what you've seen already happen. Take out Karen's situation, take out Erica's situation, take out Teresa's situation, but just the way we were raised, you know, if you're not a millennial, I don't know how the millennials are raised, honey, because the way I was raised, like if you have an attorney in your marriage, you both have the same attorney. You don't even have separate attorneys. So anyway, moving right along, okay, I just wanted to say that. Come through, Karen. All right. For all the naysayers in the land, this is La Dame Fragrance by Karen Huger. Still alive and popping. All right. Now, I usually do nerd out a little bit, but that's limited because it's 2 people, and every time I do people, I'm always over an hour and maybe over 2 hours, and I just didn't want to do that today. So I didn't nerd out. But what I do know for sure is that she has it limited to an $80 bottle and a $30 roller or whatever. And it's still selling. Some places it's sold out. It's sold all over the internet. It's sold in Bloomingdale's. And when I say all over the internet, when you simply just put it in any search engine, it comes up being sold online through names I've never even heard of. All right. And then some places it's sold out, which I believe that's coming up next. But anyway, her fragrance is real, Gizzy. Okay, it's real. And her website is working. Okay, Miss Robin Hood quarterback shoulders. Because at one point hers was not working. Miss Robin Hood. It wasn't working. And so she's good. She's good. And by the way, that wig is from her line, okay? And she's 58. Do you hear me? She looks good to be 58. All right. So what we're looking at right now, we're looking at her product, okay? But I would like for you to bring your eyes, your beautiful eyes, to the top right. Right there in the corner, that's Karen and her mother. The reason for that picture is because I was searching for her inspiration behind the La Dame fragrance. And here's what she's quoted in saying. She remembers her mother always wearing her own signature scent and telling her all things are possible. The photo that you're looking at is from season 2, Karen's mother's 70th birthday celebration. All right. So her brand is all about affordable luxury, and she's building a beauty empire. So these are the things, the words that Karen Huger has said when she started with her beauty empire. She said it was going to be a beauty empire. So we should not be surprised when more products come. I am slightly confused about how candles work into the beauty industry. However, more power to her. Okay? Expand away. You guys would be surprised how many, products that are around our house and things that we know them to be. We'd be surprised in the background where, what else the money is behind. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, a lot of, items that we think are just this one item, they actually own a lot of different other, titles and items. So it's not anything new to expand that way, but I'm just saying, since she said it was a beauty empire, but I guess, maybe making your home beautiful, So anyway, her mother's her inspiration, which I think is wonderful. And there it is there. This that you're looking at is her being sold out at HSN. That's at the top left. And also, she had her fragrance in the Real Housewives Bravo Museum. Did you guys know that there was a Bravo Museum for the Real Housewives? I didn't either. All right, so here's the thing. Now, this is probably why I could not look up nothing else, because I spent all my time trying to find out how, when, where, why, how much is the tickets for the Real Housewives Museum. So check this out. Apparently, allegedly, what I believe it to be is that it only happened one time in 2019, and that was during the 2019 BravoCon. And maybe that was when it was supposed to start, and maybe they were going to continue it from that point on. And from my understanding, I don't even think they did BravoCon since since the C-19 came out. That's all alleged, but it's not alleged that they had it in 2019. There was a Real Housewives Bravo Museum in New York. All right. That happened, and I got all the proof, and this is just some that you're looking at, but I thought that, this was an ongoing, like, just something you can just, if you in New York, you can just stop by. But no, they actually rented a event space out and put it together. So I thought, okay, well, all right. Continuing. Now you know. You and you and you know that I can't go any further without mentioning the wigs. All right. Just like Candy said, the lies, the lies, the lies. I'm saying the wigs, the wigs, the wigs. Okay. We all know, every one of us who has eyes that can see, that it was a real wig struggle for Karen in the beginning. Okay? At first I thought it was just me, but it wasn't just me. All right? Cuz I liked her, but and I didn't watch the first season, and if I did, I'm going to be honest, I forgot about it cuz it must not have been that eventful. And actually, to be 100% honest, the season 1 of Real Housewives of Potomac was not actually titled Real Housewives. It was called Behind the Gates or something like that. And it was not about housewives. It was just kind of like a pilot season. I had never even heard of a pilot season, but they had a pilot season, and it was called something about Behind the Gates. And they just wanted to see how they would do. And apparently they did do. And they turned it into the Real Housewives of Potomac. So there we go with that. Now, the wigs. Out with the old, in with the new. That's all I got to say about that. She came in with a new wig line, honey. And they look good. They look good. Have I bought one? No, I have not. Do I know someone who has? No, I don't. But do I have eyes I can see? Yes, I do. And you do too, maybe, perhaps. If you don't, welcome, welcome. I will describe it. The old ones look bad, the new ones look fab. Okay, there you go. And she won an award. I don't remember what year this was, but it's dead smack in the center, lower center. She won an award for most, this say memorable wig, Lord. Because I was going to say, usually Andy gives it to Cynthia every year, best hair, best hair, best hair, best hair. And I thought that I could say, oh, he actually gave it to somebody different, but now I'm really looking at it and it's a most memorable wig. Maybe that's when her wig shifted and she just held on to it, honey. I ain't gonna lie, that's happened to me before. I had that long, like down to my knees hair and thought I was all that, and I did not know that in California that day, the weather planned on acting like it was a tornado and it wanted to wrap my hair all up around me. I had to walk with my hand on my head. Because that expensive ass wig wasn't going nowhere. I didn't give a damn. Yes, it's a wig, y'all. And yes, I'm holding on to it. That is what you're seeing. Now, move along. Anyway, so let us move along. Let's get this party started. So, the past card. Now, for my regular sages, you already know how important the past card is. For all of my newbies, welcome. And let me tell you, the past card is very important because it directly has everything to do with the present card. The present card is the card that answers the question. And then we have several other positions after that. So, my question for both of them basically is, why this season are they at each other? At each other's throat, or started out with the, Karen coming at Gizzy with the, you want to kill my husband, allegedly. And then Gizzy talking about apologize about my ex-husband, allegedly. Why are these women of a certain age coming at each other with this elementary shit? That was the basis of my question. So let's dig in and see what the cards say as they answer the question for both of them, beginning with Karen in the past. Now, look at this card. Look at this card. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this card. Three of Swords. Upright. Not a nice card to have in any position. And, this is, what? Let me read my summary. This is a card of betrayal, pain, and disappointment. She's deeply hurt by Giselle's words, actions, and intentions in the past. Okay? And that doesn't even need any explaining. It is what it is. Giselle is very snakish. I meant to look up their signs, Lord. Okay, the clarifier. I did clarify both of them. Both of their readings. The clarifier for the past card, Three of Swords upright, is Page of Wands. That is the point that she used her intuition to redirect her energy. This is a strength card full of ambition, determination, and expansion. And I was wondering if this is when the Ladam brand was born. I know she said her mom was the inspiration, but I wonder if Giselle betraying her, which I believe was especially with that t-shirt madness with her, talking about her husband, Uncle Ben, and all this kind of stuff, and tax reform and all that mess. I feel like that was a real sword. And by this being 3, there must have been 3 times, at least 3 main times, that Karen felt Giselle just put that sword right in. And probably she felt like she twisted it. Because if you well, I don't know personally, but I had heard if you slide a sharp knife into somebody and twist it, it hurts really bad. If you just slide it right in and take it right out, it doesn't hurt. But if you slide it in and twist it, it hurts. Worse, really bad, like, agony. So now don't go out and do that. I ain't saying go do that. What I'm saying is this is how Karen feels. Just a lot of pain and betrayal and disappointment, because they did used to be friends until the cameras got in their face. On both ends. I'm not blaming one more than the other. But let's keep going. In the present position is a reversed 7 of Cups. Upright, it means there are many options available. Reverse means she feels trapped with limited options or no options presently. I added, who else could she mess with besides Gizzy right now? Okay? She ain't got no beef. And her storyline is her and Ray getting married already. I mean, not already, but she already had that plan from the reunion. Like all that was planned. Like, I'm coming back next season with, I'm gonna get remarried. Like, and I even felt like the trouble, quote unquote, in their marriage was a setup. And then they ended with, we're going to get remarried because I do love you so much. Even when he said, I don't know if I love you. I don't know if I'm still in love with you. All of that. Knock it off. Just knock it all the way off. That didn't feel real to me. And when I saw him, say, oh, I do love you so much. We're going to get remarried. Oh, I was like, all right, so now I can finally see why y'all was doing the fake and the funk mess, because it just didn't feel real to me. So now we're here in this season, and her storyline is going to be, we're going to remarry each other. All right, but she understands she needs more than that, though. That's not going to sustain you throughout the whole season. So, who else could she mess with? Gizzy. She was reviewing the options. That's what this card is saying. And she felt like she only had one. The clarifier is Two of Wands. She draws inspiration from past actions and is actively, slowly but surely, planning for the future. She's not active very much in the present because she's consumed with making decisions for how she is going to make moves in the future. So for this season, I feel like she's phoning it in. She has her she has her plot and her subplot. The plot is me and Ray are gonna remarry. Subplot, I'm gonna fuck with Giselle. Okay? Moving right along. In the best position is the Moon card, upright. On one hand, the Moon card can symbolize your imagination is getting the best of you. She thinks Gizzy will come for her, but she's in the dark on how and when. She is leaning on her intuition to foresee danger lurking behind every corner. The Moon's light brings clarity and understanding. She most certainly does not trust Gizzy. So she came into this season already thinking that the ladies were going to be after her. And kind of that she'd be left alone to fend for herself because they think that she sided with Monique last year. And she claims she didn't side with anyone. And even then, she still couldn't win because they said, well, you should have picked a side. So not picking a side is wrong too. If you pick Monique, you're wrong. If you don't pick a side, you're wrong. The only right in this is to pick Candace up and put her in your uterus and carry her for 9 months. That's the only way you can be right, Karen. Knock it off. Knock it all the way off. Karen was equally friends with both of those ladies. And so she was in the middle. There is a such thing as being in the middle. Okay? Now, when they really felt like she was tilting is because Monique allowed Karen to see the court documents, and in it, Candace had admitted to trying to strike Monique with a broken wine glass flute or whatever. And we know that she did actually get contact because Monique was bleeding in the mouth and had dentist records. So that's not up for a debate. So we're not going to debate that because I know it's very clear that the RHOP audience is 50-50. Half are Candace, supporters who I'm sure all y'all got hard napkins in y'all pocket to fold in quarters and dab you and stab your eye. And then there's the Monique supporters who are got their fist balled up and ready to mollywop at any given time. I don't know. But napkin versus the mollywops, we not going to get down in the comments and debate no mollywopping and napkin dabbing. Dabbing and stabbing. We're not going to do that. We are talking about Karen and Giselle right now. Okay. So as Karen came into this season, she felt like the underdog. She felt like she didn't even know if all of them or if just Giselle was going to come after her. She felt alone because Monique bounced. Hit him with the bounce. Okay, Monique bounced. So she felt alone. So, she had that plan. She was like, this is what I'm going to do first straight out the gate before Giselle could even sink her claws into me. I'm going to say this. I'm going to do this. It's like she had it planned. All right. I think she was thinking about it the whole time it was on break. And she don't trust her further than she can throw her. And she's keeping her eye on her and trying to use her intuition so that, Giselle is not, she's just on defense. And she feels like the spirit is telling me a good, what do they say? Good offense is a good defense is a good offense. All right, moving right along. Let's see what's worse. Before we get to what's worse, here's the clarifier for the Moon, which was in the best position. Ten of Swords. So, the moon being in the best position is that she wants to use her intuition to be aware of what's coming, have foresight and see Gizzy when she comes to her for an attack. She wants to get in front of it, have an offense, right? The clarifier is Ten of Swords. She feels like she has been stabbed in the back by Gizzy over and over and over again. And she is determined to use her intuition to prevent that from happening ever again. Here we are at the worst, and the worst is reversed. It is the devil. It's the devil. I wasn't surprised because when I first saw this card, I laughed because I actually thought, I was like, didn't she call her the devil? But no, I think she called her Satan. That still makes me laugh. She said, would you talk in front of Satan? Hopefully I put the clip in, excuse me, before you guys got here. Anyway, so yes, when I saw the devil card come up, I laughed. Because she said, would you talk in front of Satan? Okay, it was in reverse, the worst. This is a card in reverse, and it represents evil, weakness, pettiness, and blindness. What she doesn't want to be seen as due to her plan to hit Gizzy first. So she already feels like Gizzy is Satan, and she doesn't want, it would be worse. What would be worse out of her plan? Her choice to come at Giselle first with that bullshit ass, wishing death on my husband. That's her subplot. What would be worst out of her making that decision would be if people turn on her and say, hey, you're the bad guy. You're Satan. Look at what you're doing. Which, that kind of happened. People are not calling her Satan. They're not calling her the devil, but they're calling her delusional and crazy and, come again. Come again. Or try again. Go back and try again. Let's see what the clarifier was. So the worst was the reversed devil card. The clarifier for that is Seven of Wands, upright. The worst, as she imagines it clarified, is an increase in trolls, haters, and people who disagree with her. Her worst would be having to defend her reason for going after Gizzy, or to explain herself, which she already has had to do. When she said something about a hot box, fire box, ching ching, ring ring, what'd she say? Ling ling, not ling ling, Lord. That's from Basketball Wives. Sing sing, sorry, sing sing. I knew it ended with an ing twice. So she's already had to explain that. And her worst would be having to do it like over and over and over again. Like, and with her having anxiety about it and not wanting that to happen, unbeknownst to her, thinking about it so much, she manifested it. She manifested it. Because she didn't want to have to explain her going after Giselle. But she had so much anxiety and just thinking about it constantly to where she flubbed up when she got to talking to her, because in her explanation she said, I don't know why I said that. That's not what I meant. What I meant was, but, and she said, it just came out my mouth. So all of that, she made herself nervous by thinking about it too much. I don't understand why some of these housewives plan their stuff. I thought this was called reality TV. And how do you plan reality? I don't get it. But every time they plan really hard what their reality is gonna be upcoming, they fuck up. Every time. It never goes well when you plan that hard. Let's go. What's to come? Isn't this card familiar? Seven of Wands again. But It's what's to come. It's gotten into the main position, okay? It went from clarifier of the previous card to let's move on to the main position because this is still on my mind, my nerves, my being, all right? 7 of Wands. It was reversed. Karen has plans for what's to come, and it doesn't include fighting or having to defend herself. This is clarified by 3 of Wands, which is progress, expansion, and overseas opportunities. Okay? Okay, get all the way into that. She is a businesswoman thinking about business things. All right, she's very business minded. And even in the beginning, when I saw that she's phoning in this season, I think she's going to bring it next season. She's just trying to make it through this season to be called back at least for next season. Okay, she has big plans. She has plans, but this season she's just skating by, just wading in the water, and she's having fun with this Gizzy and Wendy thing. Gizzy and Wendy. Anyway, but yeah, the fighting and defending, she does not want to do that, and she doesn't plan on having to do that, which would explain why she's so invested in everyone else. What we're seeing lately is Karen kind of sitting back and not being directly involved in any mess. Besides the super good part where, she's been the matriarch and, giving out positive energy and all the while putting Giselle down because that's her subplot. That's her subplot. So don't forget that. She has a plan and she's doing it. Let's continue. So those are the main 5 cards. However, my regular stages, you already know I do a bonus card, and that bonus card is called the Energy Influence. The Energy Influence is the card that influenced the rest of them. This is that energy that she harbors, that made the rest of the cards come out in the positions that they did and in the way that they did. So this energy influence was reversed. It's the Ace of Swords. Now understand, Swords was all throughout her reading. Swords, I like swords. Swords represent communication, words, intelligence, knowledge, slicing through bullshit. All right? That's what swords represent. The aces in the decks, they represent new beginnings. All right? So you combine them with their suit to get a general idea. Now, this Ace of Swords was reversed. Ace of Swords reversed points to someone who wants to create a conflict out of nothing. People making claims without having any of the facts to back them up. Someone who is both misleading and is misleading others. I like Karen, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. But it is what it is, and I'm not gonna stick up for her. Everybody had been saying, Karen, that is bullshit. That's some bullshit. She didn't wish death on Ray. She didn't. Well, now, and I just didn't say nothing. I'm gonna be honest. I like Karen, and I didn't say nothing. To myself, I was like, Karen, what are you talking about? And then when I saw the clip, because I had not seen the clip yet. I hadn't seen the clip yet, and I don't put nothing past Gizzy. When I saw the clip, I was like, in my mind, I was like, Karen, if you don't knock it all the way off, knock it off, girl. I got secondhand embarrassment. Secondhand embarrassment. Okay. And it came out in the cards. That is her energy. Creating conflict out of nothing. Making claims without having facts. Misleading and misleading others. But that was a part of her plan. So what can I say? I saw her plan leading up to this, and so the energy is not surprising, okay? This would be the energy that was behind all of that I just said. Clarifier is the Emperor. The Emperor. And it was upright. The Emperor represents now, here's the thing. Two things about this. Now, quite often, I tell you guys about how the court cards, which is King, Queen, Knight, and Page, they represent people. For the most part, they represent people. People who are significant in your life or you. The same thing can be said for some of the major arcana cards. The Emperor is a major arcana card. So here is the first possibility. Some of these cards have two possibilities. And when I feel like they are relevant, I tell you guys, this is one of those situations. The Emperor represents an older man who is good in business and usually wealthy. The Emperor is a solid, stable man. He is a powerful, grounded protector, but he also can be rigid and stubborn. I thought that was interesting. If that applies, that means that's right. Okay? If it applies. And the reason why I say if is because this is a clarifier, which is clarifiers are meant to make the main card more clear. Her creating this like fake kind of, storyline this season. Well, first of all, it does have to do with Ray because that's who is in it with her. Okay? She has completely 100% drug him in this season's plot, storyline. Okay, so it's not a surprise that he would show up because he is in it. He took the mic away, talking about, is that mic still on? She making candles, y'all. So, he in it. He doing his part. He was there with her to announce the candles. He was there with her on that Zoom meeting. He did exactly what she told him to do in the reunion. You gonna come out and here's the ring. And you gonna come out and give me this ring or whatever they did. You gonna come out and say this. Ray is active in it. Only thing he's slow about is getting up them stairs. So, it's not a surprise that Ray would show up. But it also means someone who is as ambitious as they are competitive when it comes to their day-to-day interactions with the world. Every day, all day, that's Karen. Every day, all day, that's Karen. And hopefully I played that clip. Hopefully I found that clip where her and Giselle are going at it with each other. And Giselle, I believe it's Giselle hollering at Karen or either Karen hollering at Giselle. But they're saying she's competitive. I think Giselle is saying that Karen is so competitive that she cheated. They had a baking competition. A baking competition. Now, if I find that clip, I'm going to cut this out. If I don't find the clip, I'm going to leave this in. But they had a baking competition. I don't know if it was for a school. I kind of think that it may have been before they started recording this show, filming for the show. But Giselle was hollering how Karen cheated because she's so competitive. So this card, I feel like, this Emperor card represents both Ray as Karen's puppet and Karen being ambitious and very competitive. It says in your day-to-day. How the hell are you competitive in your day-to-day life? What is there to be competitive about in your day-to-day? You know what I wonder? If these are the type of attitudes and type of people who, when you're driving, are they the ones that rush to a red light? Like, they're behind you, but they up on your butt and they want you to go faster, but you see it's a red light, so you're not gonna go fast because you gotta stop in 2 seconds. And then they sit up here and dash off to the next lane beside you, only to stop beside you at the red light that was there the whole time. That's some day-to-day retardation. But anyway, continuing on. Yes, yes, yes. The Emperor has shown up again. Because you know what? It wanted to come out. This is another energy influence card. I believe this is my first time doing 2 energy influences, but the energy was so strong to where I said, come on then, come on with it. All right. Energy influence is the Emperor. Again, just like we had the 7 of Wands be a clarifier, then it showed up as a main card. We had the Emperor be a clarifier and show up right after as a main card. A powerful leader who demands respect and authority. Status, power, and recognition are essential to Karen. She's most comfortable in a leadership role where she can command and direct others, i.e. Mia, Wendy. The clarifier is 10 of Pentacles. The symbolism is rooted in both financial success and stability, building a lasting business. This tells me that she is on the show for 2 reasons. 1, ego, because she is la dame. Number 2, promotion. Potomac is going to give her promotion. She wants to be. She envisions and sees herself as the next Candy from Roa, but in Potomac. So Karen's going to be the Candy. She's going to have as many businesses and ventures and dip her toes and fingertips into everything that she can. So that, you know what, I'm going to tell you something. What I'm getting right now for real is that she's ready to stop. Oh, Ray's ready to stop. That's right. Ray did say he wanted to stop. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me. Because I'm getting some want to stop energy. Karen wants to stop, especially since Ray wants to stop, move to Florida, retire and all that. But she's not ready to just yet. She still has promotion to do. When Karen is done with promoting her ideas, when she feels like she's set with that, then she will get off of TV. She's not going to stop working, but she's trying to get herself in a position. She's trying to position herself to be able to maintain her business effortlessly. Like, you know, they're showing me get paid in my sleep, which she can now. Like, people can order perfume at any time of the day and she gets money, you know, while she's sleeping. But she has a goal and she hasn't reached it yet. When she reached whatever this paid in her sleep goal is, then she will leave this show. And that's what it is. Let's continue. So, why haven't you clicked like yet? Did you forget? Well, I am reminding you. Go ahead and click that like button and subscribe. And ring my bell so that you are notified the next time I release a video. Thank you. Calm yourself, girl. It's your turn, all right? And yes, you did have to be second. The La Dame, she came first. You'll be all right. Let's go. Okay. Giselle, with her messy self, just want to go up, 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 and up. So, here is what is left of her online presence, every hue beauty that she was bragging about. It's nothing wrong with being confident and happy about your accomplishments, but you do need to have the right intention behind it. You know, that braggadociousness that she had, it ran her hue into the ground because it no longer exists. It's shut down. But it was interesting that I found that she pulled in Ashley for her ad, her campaign. And it's ironic, if I'm using it correctly, that her and Ashley are on one of her ad posters with the words that says comes in every hue, but they look like about the same hue to me. I don't know, that's weird. But I guess she's doing a friend a favor. Did Ashley need some money? Well, her restaurant, the kangaroo restaurant, hopped on out. It's closed down, and well, Hugh hopped away too. So, but anyway, there's one of her Target displays right there in the middle. No shade to Target. I like Target. I get my dog food there. Continuing. So every hue is still around a little bit, okay? Because it was said at this very recent last reunion, season 5, that she carries every hue beauty around in her purse. And Giselle came to Andy Cohen's rescue at the reunion and used one of her products on him after he had a bit of a beauty emergency. What beauty emergency did Andy have that required one of Giselle's products? Moving right along. There's nothing funny about this, but my grandfather used to always say, laughing is catching. And I don't know, I just feel like this is a perfect example because, as we all know, Giselle made fun of Karen's husband having tax issues, financial issues, and it's been reported allegedly, that Jamal has those same issues. So girl, who you making fun of? Who you laughing at? Girl, you did all this talking about Karen's perfume not existing, but your product does. Now it doesn't. You made fun of her husband having tax issues. Well, your ex and was gonna be soon to be again playmate, husband, holy whore, whatever, allegedly has tax issues. Gizzy, will you ever learn a lesson? Will you ever be nice? Will you ever be nice? Let's continue and find out. So let's crack this case wide open. Starting out with the past. The past for Gizzy is in what? Reverse. And it's the Two of Swords in reverse. Giselle is overwhelmed with worry, anxiety, and stress over a decision that needs to be made. Interesting, right? So in the past, she had anxiety and worry over a decision that needed to be made. The clarifier is the Queen of Pentacles, which is also in reverse. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, let me tell you something. It's not cool, and I've said this before. It's not cool to have a Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles is your coin. Your coin in reverse. Don't nobody ever want their coins in reverse. That's not cool. So this is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which means selfishness and misguided priorities. let me tell you something. I believe this past stressing over decision was when she wore that goddamn t-shirt about save the Hugers. They got tax problems. Uncle Ben loves his rice and everything ain't nice. Whatever the fuck she had in the back of her t-shirt, that wasn't cool. And I strongly believe that she kind of, even though all we saw on camera was her affectionately offering Robin, you want to wear this t-shirt, girl? Because I'm going to make this t-shirt, girl. Oh, well, you look good already. You can't wear this t-shirt, girl. And I feel like Robin was sad that she couldn't wear it. She couldn't match. Honey, I feel like the vibes I got from Robin was, no, I still can. I'll put it over this cute little jumpsuit. But no, she was like, no, you can't. You look good. You can't wear my t-shirt. Basically, I'm gonna tell you something. In that moment, I feel like Giselle was saying, I'm gonna take this bullet. I'm gonna take this bullet. You don't have to. This is just gonna be me because I don't know how this is gonna turn out because I'm doing way too much. And I know I need to cut it. That's what she had been stressing and having anxiety over because honestly, that was the first time Gizzy stepped out against Karen so bold and blatant and just disrespectful. That was the most disrespect for the first time, the first biggest disrespect that we saw Gizzy give Karen. Okay? Now, if y'all saw a bigger disrespect before that Uncle Ben loves his rice t-shirt, drop down in the comments and let me know. Because, there could be something I missed. I'm not too big to admit I could have missed something. But for me, this is the biggest, boldest disrespect Gizzy did towards Karen and her husband. Okay, not just Karen, but brought in the husband too. Uncle Ben and his rice. Girl, what the beep? Okay, I'm trying not to cuss y'all. But so it makes sense that she had worry and anxiety and stress over that stuff. Because you're way wrong. But see, clarified by Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this person is going to make sure that she has her pentacles. What are pentacles? The queens. Gizzy is going to be Gizzy. This is when she really once she saw she didn't get too harsh of backlash that she can't handle. Oh, that became her. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie. I'm an 80s baby, but Death Becomes Her. Honey, that became her. You understand me? Once she saw that backlash wasn't that bad. Oh yeah, well, this is me now. Miss Messy Bones. Just carrying a bone messy as messy can be, okay? Carrying a bone like a dog with all that slobber on it, that shit make you not want to touch it. I don't know. This shout out to everybody who got a dog. I'm a dog lover. And y'all know what I'm talking about. If you don't have a dog, sometimes they slobber or whatever, especially when you have a big dog. They have stuff that you just don't want to touch, and it be their favorite, and maybe sometimes you might need to throw it away because it got the slobber all over it, but you really don't want to touch it. Honey, I'll put a glove on. I'm just like that. Anyway, but Queen of Pentacles was in reverse. Don't nobody want Queen of Pentacles in reverse? So this is not just a Gizzy thing. Nobody wants a Pentacles in reverse. But what it made her do was become selfish and have misguided priorities. Let's continue, because this is just the past. We only on the first card. Let's continue. All right, so let's get into the present. The present card is 8 of Wands, and it is reversed. And what that means is that there is uncertainty and the likelihood of an incident With the wands now facing upwards, the card tells her about the need to reevaluate her game plan. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. Let's look at this. Somebody come and look at this. All right, so we already had the past. The past was her going straight for Karen's jugular. She juggled that decision, and she had a little bit of hesitation and anxiety, but overall she did what? Put her coins in priority and was like, you know what, this is what I gotta do. And she just kind of braced herself for the backlash that might come. Once she saw that the backlash wasn't too bad, she was like, oh shit, I can do this. All right, so now we're here, and she's reevaluating her plan currently because, as I already said, Karen is going for her, not only because that's a subplot, a sub-story title, subplot type of thing for Karen. Gizzy is easy for Karen. Okay? Guess what though? Gizzy sees that, and Gizzy is like, oh, this is what... She's kind of like Wendy, but towards Karen. She's like, this what we doing? So this is what she decided to do. She made a whole new game plan when it comes to Karen. Okay? She's not gonna go out and make t-shirts and go for her jugular no more. Okay? She got a secret plan. Okay? I'm trying not to cuss. Clarifier is the hangman in reverse. Now the hangman, you hangman when you're thinking or waiting for something. All right? Hangman in reverse. She's at a standstill. Currently waiting for Karen to make a move because she has decided to go down on record as responding to Karen's antics instead of starting them. Booyah and your chow. I don't know. I like to say booyah when you chow. Okay. How you like me now? That's how I always end it if I ever gotta say that. If there's anybody who ever doubts me, and I ended up proving them, because I always come with the evidence. My little old saying is, booyah when you chow. How you like me now? Okay? All right, anyway. That's my personal life. But, so, the hangman here, even though it's reversed, what that means is she's trying to rush it. She ain't hanging so much. The hangman hangs. He waits. He has a bit of patience, okay? Gizzy does not, which is why he was in reverse, but she's waiting. Okay, what is this called? When you're biting at the, they say them horses are chomping at the bit. Like, she's waiting, ready to get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the horse is chomping at the bit, they usually refer that to when they're in the horse race. And you know how they have them locked up in those little stalls before they open up the gate for them to come out and race? But you can have one horse who's extremely excited, can't wait to get out. They just want to get out. They just want to get out and run. And they're just a little irritated at being locked in and waiting for the person's signal in order to go up, and it's stuck. Okay, just Gizzy is ready, and she's like that horse chomping at the bit because she's ready. She's so ready to open up that gate so I can run. But her plan, and it was so hard. It's hard for her to, because she feels like she's letting somebody else be in charge, and she don't like that. Not at all. Not one drip drop. Okay. But she's at a standstill because she's waiting for Karen to make the move first, so that can go down on record that Karen is coming at her for no reason. And then that's that is a part of her plan to basically, she kind of thinks, I'm gonna let Karen take herself down because I'm not doing anything to Karen. So let's continue. And here we are. Here we are. Here we are. At the best of it. The best of it for Gizzy. Gizzy feels like if she is going to go head to head with Karen, then they might as well bring the entire house down. Boom, okay? This is the person that wants to do the Godzilla versus King Kong. Okay? Now, I was shocked at first, and then I wasn't shocked. I was shocked and became unshocked. Because, and I understand how she, okay, before I break it down, let me read the clarifier. Clarifier is Ace of Wands. Creating new realities that benefit you. The old order might be discarded in the process, but the Ace of Wands shows that you will build a new order of things while the old structures around you are falling apart. Gizzy would like to build a new order. She want to take Karen all the way out. Let me tell you something. She ain't nothing to sneeze at or whatever. I don't even know if that's the right saying, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Look at here. She came up with a master plan. And it's really kind of like she believes Gizzy is going to let Karen like take herself out. She's going to play innocent. What did I say? Innocent. What the hell is that? I'm so excited I can't pronounce my words, y'all. When I saw this, I said, ooh, I see your plans. It's like she a contractor and she done laid out them plans. You know how they have them plans and then did it in pencil? And you look at them and stuff, they unroll them and you look at them. I'm like, ooh, girl, I see your plans. Girl, I don't like Gizzy. I'm not a fan of Gizzy, but I must say, this is a good plan. As it pertains to Miss Karen, they both have plans. I already talked about Karen's plan, but Karen don't even know what Gizzy. Karen thinks she knows Gizzy, but she don't know this about Gizzy. I don't think anybody knew this, but Gizzy okay. Let me calm myself because I'm excited to report it, but at the same time, I'm a little upset that they used to be friends and now she wants to take her out. But see, the way Gizzy's gonna take Karen out is letting Karen take Karen out. Okay? She plans to respond or react to Karen. She's not going to go after Karen. She's gonna let Karen do things and say things. And then she's gonna react and respond to it, which is much opposite than her plan for, Miss Dr. O'Cephal. Like I called her Dr. Don't. All right, you'll have to check out that reading if you want to know why I called her Dr. Don't. But anyway, it's a different approach. It's an approach where she definitely wants Karen to look bad and for her to be Gizzy to be able to say, I'm just responding or I'm just reacting. This is what she did and it doesn't make any sense. And, maybe she needs to go on somewhere because her ultimate plan, the best, is for Karen to not be there anymore and for Gizzy to go. Because let me tell you something. Whether you feel this way or not, Karen is the leader of the group, leader of the pack. Leader of the pack. That's what Spirit is telling me. Leader of the pack. She's the leader of the pack. I think there's a song. They're trying to play me this song. It ain't nothing I ever heard. I don't want to sing it. But she's the leader of the pack or something. And so, she, even though, now here's the thing that's all weird and funny kind of, because Gizzy feels like she's the leader of the pack. But even though she feels that way and she feels like she knows it, she still wants Karen out of the way because Karen walks around saying she's the leader of the pack. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a thorn in her side. Like, why don't you just get on? So her secret plan is to let Karen act a fool and for her to innocently react or respond to it. And she wants her to get out of here so that she can fully be the only person standing as the leader of the pact. If that makes any sense. I hope that makes some sense. Because I see it in my mind and I'm trying to describe it to the best of my ability. All right, let's continue. More on what I was describing as she wants to just have the way Gizzy feels. If we gonna do this, we gonna do this. Okay? Bring the whole town down. We just gonna have it all like an all out, down, drug out fight. Like just I be getting my little I get my sayings mixed up, you guys. Lord. Okay, so but a down out, all out, drug out fight or whatever. Like she's like, let's do it. Let's do this. If we're gonna do it, let's do it. And we're gonna do it big. Giselle wants it done big. Okay? Hopefully Giselle ain't going to that wedding. I believe I saw in the blogs and stuff that Giselle ain't come. She don't want to come. And hopefully she don't come to the reception. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere near Karen. How about that? But she wants a big production fight because she wants to be able to point at Karen and say she started it and this is what happened when she started it and she shouldn't be on the show no more. Like she threw wine on me or, just something. She wants something big enough to petition that Karen shouldn't be there no more. And besides that, this big fight that she wants is because she feels like like I just said, she feels like she's the head of the pack. And Karen feels like she's the head of the pack. Okay? And yes, I said pack. The leader. All right? And so she wants to take her out. And she knows in order to take her out, it have to be something big. Cannot be small. Like okay, let me put it like this. Gizzy knows she can't scare Karen away. She can't cry Karen away. She can't ice out Karen. You know what I'm saying? The way that she's done with others. Karen is a different, she's different. She's very different than the previous ones that Giselle has sent packing. She knows that Karen is going to bring it. And it has to be big. And also on top of that, guess what? For when it comes to Karen, anything little for Giselle is a waste of her time. It's a waste of camera time. Spirit just corrected me. Okay. I said it's a waste of camera time. Anything little with Karen for Giselle, the way Giselle sees it when she deals with Karen, it has to be something big. See, because that race shit set the bar. You understand what I'm saying? So if she's going to have any conflict with Karen, it has to be on a huge scale, a huge level. She's not doing little tiny doggy biscuits with Karen. That's a waste for camera time. If they're going to have camera time together, it has to be colossal. All right? And Spirit just told me to say colossal. So let's continue. The worst was reversed. 6 of Swords. The hopes and projects are about to sink. Giselle's worst is if her plan doesn't stay afloat. The clarifier is the King of Wands. Reverse. An unhealthy imbalance, a struggle for dominance, with one partner using intimidation to take complete control of the relationship. Failure to adhere to this authority can result in additional threats and arguments. So basically, if they just keep on with little tiny arguments and stuff, and on top of that, if her plan sinks and she end up looking like the bad guy, and if you know her behind the scenes trying to orchestrate something big, if it ends up making her look bad instead of Karen. Okay, that's the worst. What's to come is King of Swords in reverse. Gizzy had a lot of reversals. This represents quiet power. She's not the loudest person in the room or the most visible as it pertains to addressing Karen's attempt or attempts to troll her. I've already explained that. She's not gonna initiate it. She wants to, and honey, she's trying her best to remain calm, quiet, and reserved as it pertains to Karen and her involvement, even with putting batteries in Wendy's back and what she may be putting batteries in Mia's back, you know. But Gizzy is trying to, and it's killing her. She's trying to remain not the loudest person when it comes to Karen. And the clarifier is the Two of Cups in reverse, which signifies a workplace relationship gone wrong. Instead of working together, lately all you seem to be doing is having conflicts due to your goals no longer being aligned. And then my question for this was, were these ladies ever friends? For real, for real? Were they ever friends for real? Because this I don't know, this boat done capsized. It ain't like the boat is rocking, the boat has capsized. Let's continue. Energy influence. Gizzy understands that when it comes to dealing with Karen and manifesting her plan to have a new order, she must keep a balanced mind, calm head, and make decisions based on facts and not to be overly influenced by emotions. Okay? Because them emotions will get Gizzy in trouble. This is an exemplary card as it pertains to career. It means you're in the most powerful position to achieve your goals. As the energy card, this is what she envisions to become reality next season, if not this one. Okay? A new order. Which means that Gizzy is in charge. Gizzy is in charge of the girls. Okay? So it was the Emperor. Now, y'all know Karen had the Emperor what? Twice. Another card they had in common. Another card they had in common. And they got another one coming up. Now, this is energy. And for both of them, now see, I did Karen first. And that other energy card wanted to come out. So I gave her 2 energies and 2 clarifiers for those energies. So I went ahead and did the same for Gizzy. So this is her first energy. And it's Emperor, which I thought, wow, Karen had 2 emperors. And I can see it. They both think they in charge of the girls. All right? And to be honest, they both are in charge of the girls because the group is split. So one is in charge of half the girls, which stayed in that other big house. And the other one is in charge of the girls who stayed in the little house. Now, let me tell you why Gizzy is in charge of Candace, even though there's some people out there who believe that, oh, Candace is just independent, blah, blah, blah. No, she ain't. Because, look, just, come on, use your eyeballs and look at who was in the big house and who was in the little house. That seems obvious to me. She is under Gizzy's spell. Shit. Come on. Come on. And it ain't no accident that, you know what I'm saying? Gizzy and Robin wanted Mia away from Karen. And so what did Candace do? She put them all in the house and put Karen way over there away from Mia. Give me a fucking break. Open up your eyes and understand that Gizzy is in charge of those girls. Gizzy is in charge of Robin Hood, big wide shoulder quarterback. Gizzy is in charge of Candace. Candace did exactly what the fuck Gizzy wanted her to do. Knock it off if you think otherwise. This is just obvious. I don't see how anybody can't see that. That's kind of retarded in my opinion, but I don't like to use that word. But you got to see it. And Gizzy is in charge of Ashley. She told Ashley, skip what Candace is talking about. I'm inviting you on Candace's trip for you to come one day to do this exactly plan what I told you to do to Wendy. That's what you're gonna do. You can't tell me Gizzy ain't in charge of the girls. She is. And guess what? This is coming from a person who I don't like Gizzy. I don't. But I got eyes. I do have eyes that work. And I can see. And I got ears that can hear. You know, she's in charge of the girls right now. But it's not 100%. It's not 100. Which is what is like a thorn in her side, that it's not 100. You know what I'm saying? And Karen, like I said, she's calling this in. Anyway, the clarifier is the sun in reverse. She feels like the natural power she possesses has been diminished, which means she is still struggling with making that top and bottom lip meet as it pertains to Karen. Because she wants to go in on Karen. She really does. But she's trying her best to let it play out and just respond to Karen and not go after her. Because Gizzy is so used to planting the seed that grows into something that it's hard for her to sit back and let someone else plant the seed and allow them to nurture it and let it grow. Let's continue. Here is energy influence number 2. This is 7 of Cups. Let me just say right off the top, Karen had 7 of Cups too. Okay, she has 7 of Cups as well. The imagination can present things unrealistically, so the danger here is that if nothing is done, you could find yourself left empty-handed. This is her energy. The clarifier is the Tower. This is the second time that the Tower has shown up in Gizzy's reading. Now, first, hold on. Before I go to the clarifying Tower, let me clarify a bit or explain a little bit more the 7 of Cups here. Her being worried about being left empty-handed if she does nothing. This directly connects to the previous energy when I compared it to her planting a seed and nurturing it. She's worried that, like, when she plants the seed and she, you know, gives it plant food and gives it water and stuff, she knows how to nurture it and make it grow. Now that it's in the hands of Karen to plant the seed and nurture it to make it grow, it causes her a bit of anxiety and makes her the horse chomping at the bit, because she's just like, I know how to do it, and why are you going so slow? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So it makes her feel like, what if Karen don't do this? What if my plan, what if Karen don't feed into this and don't give me the opportunity in the way that I want to have this big old fight to get rid of her, and then it's just empty-handed and she's still here next season? That's what this is about. Clarifier, the Tower. A house built without good foundation is bound to collapse sooner or later. In Gizzy's mind, if she's not the orchestrator, then it will not have a good foundation. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so y'all know how sometimes I like to give a little quote, little poem, little something. For these two women, I have 3 quotes, and y'all drop down in the comments and tell me which one is most fitting, because I was like, on all 3 of them. First one, I believe that no matter how good a friend is, they're going to hurt you every once in a while, and you must forgive them for that. Quote 2, we have been friends together in sunshine and in shade. Number 3, you need friendships that build you up and never tear you down. All right. So drop down in the comments. Tell me if it's quote number 1, number 2, or number 3 that you feel like is the essence of the Karen and Gizzy. And tell me, more importantly, what I want to know is your most important friendship or your longest. Ooh, that's it. Your longest friendship in your life. Which quote fits that? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Now, I'm going to say it again. Now that I put it in your mind, I want you to think about your longest friendship that you have. Okay? Does it relate to quote 1, 2, or 3? Quote 1 is, I believe that no matter how good a friend is, they're going to hurt you every once in a while, and you must forgive them for that. Number 2, we have been friends together in sunshine and in shade. Number 3, you need friendships that build you up and never tear you down. Okay? Which one does your longest friendship? I ain't even talking about most cherished. Spirit told me to clarify that. Not most cherished or most valued, but the longest. Okay? And you know what? That is important to add the longest, because my longest friendship is over 20 years. And I feel like she do me wrong sometimes. I really do. I really, really do. And there have been times where we have not talked for months, and then we get back together. There's been times where it's been, over a year, and then we get back together. But she does me wrong sometimes, and I'm like, I can't talk to you right now because you done pissed me off for real. But then when we get back together, it's like, hey girl, what's up? And we're back at it. So, I don't know. It's hard to judge, but this is why I specifically said your longest friendship. All right. So drop down in the comments and let me know that. That is very important for me to know, for us to just get this conversation started, and let's examine friendships. What are they? What are they to you? Like that song say, friends. How many of us have them? Okay. All right, get into this. Houdini, friends. So, hey, you, my secret viewer, why haven't you subscribed yet? Why? Go ahead and click like and subscribe. Okay? And ring my bell so that you're notified when a video comes out. Friends, how many of us have them? All right. And remember to drop down in the comments with the 1, 2, or the 3 for the quote about your longest friendship relationship. All right. And while you're doing it, go ahead and click like and subscribe. See you next time. And be safe. Wash your hands. Bye.